see my glasses. I was wearing it. Hey! No, don't say that. I was. I saw you wearing it now. I know I'm saying you know it was it was funny to me. You know where inside the Uber? Yes, so. When you were talking to my I can't remember you wearing it. Maybe I dropped it inside the house. You don't mind. You hold it in your hand. I don't remember. Let me call Uber. Oh no. I have to call them. Because I went into the house to do that transfer. Let me call the guy. I didn't go anywhere else. What did you say? No. I think as I entered, I dropped it on the table or something. And I just wanted to rest tomorrow. I did not want to go anywhere. I didn't want to, so that I can rest. You know, that is stress. Contact drain. Please don't come to my page. If you want to protest, go and protest. If you want to protest, keep it off my page. Keep it off my page. You want to burn your food in protest of hunger. Please keep it away from this page. I feel so bad. I don't know where I dropped it now. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I realized I couldn't see and I brought my glasses and I don't know where I dropped my glasses. Don't mind them. What are they protesting about? What's the way forward? And the driver's number is not good. Oh man. I didn't know what happened to my keys. Someone said bring Tasteball to the live. I brought her to the live yesterday. Nobody registered for her course. Bring her to come and do what? To come and be cracking jokes. You all be doing like you have conscience. You know go better for your papa. Extract motive. You know go better ko ni da fun baba to bi e. Ko to date le bi de kumagolo. Jadanu kuro nbi ba ejo. Which stupid awala ko ba yin ni. Please don't come to my page. I don't want to hear anything government. I'm a teacher of religion. You don't like what I'm teaching, get out. I'm not begging you to be here. You have a page too. You don't like what the government is doing, go and complain. Some of you are so hopeless that no matter how good the government is, you will still suffer. You will still suffer. Because Samaria Bob, how are you doing, my sister?
I don't know how I'll find my glass. That's what's annoying me right now. My Bulgari glasses. I never start program and I don't vex already. You can't tell me say you want to go protest. Go protest. Now anybody hold you. So babe, you're showing in the video there. So just close the door. Close that door. And don't step on my shoe. Thank you. So I wanted to ask you a question. Your faith system, your packet of beliefs, what are they based on? Support the community too. This year, I've said I'm not supporting. I've supported the community enough. The community refuses to have sense. Stop paying tithe, save your money. My DM is full of people who are begging me for money, and all of them are tithers. Not 90%. I ask all of them, I say, do you pay tithe? They say yes. I never miss it. So why are you my DM begging me for money? Ikechukwu Dansil. I don't know the kind of name whether not Denzel you won't spell, you call them as Densil. Something silly destiny by buying it. They don't see your bad destiny. Wọ́n ní kò kúrò òkúrú, wọ́n ní kò ga ọ̀gá ò dàbí igi àgọ́f. Please, 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 if you don't have what you are doing, don't come to my life because I'm not in the mood. I will give it to you hot. I will give it to you hot. Let me just be sure that it is not. I remember carrying it. I remember wearing it. I remember taking it off. Oh gosh. When I was coming out of the house, was I wearing the glasses? You've not missed anything. I was about to come live. I looked for my glasses so I could read comments. No, after that, I went out and I wore it. Man. I think I'm on the wrong Facebook page. After that, after we spoke. Thank you. It just scattered my whole evening. I feel like going back home now to go and look for it, but it's just late. It's just late. I'm not happy at all, man.
Alright, the sheet's coming off.
Sorry guys, this thing don't just stress my mood, man. I almost feel like going home and coming back just to make sure I know where it is. Because if they disturb me, make I no sleep this night. Let me see what traffic is like going home. Funny enough, there's no real traffic. Just have to go tomorrow. All right, so how are you guys doing? I'm so sorry. I'm not in a particularly good mood. And it wasn't like this. So it was after I sat there, I realized I don't have my glasses. It's those Bulgari glasses about $1,000. I don't have money to buy another set. I don't have $1,000 at 1,600 naira to be buying. Does Google Map in Nigeria give real data for traffic? Yeah, sometimes. Right now it's saying 22 minutes. See as my mood just changed. Anyway, so let me do this. I don't have too much time. I've wasted a lot of it just looking for my glasses. My question today is, what is your faith based on? How did you become a Christian? If you're a Christian, how did you become a Christian? You want me to tell you how? Because your parents were Christians and you were born a Christian and you were indoctrinated into Christendom and you were taught about the rudiments of Christianity. If you were born a Buddhist in Asia, you'll probably be a Buddhist. If you are born a Muslim in Saudi Arabia, 99% of the chance you'll be a Muslim. And if you're born to atheist parents, you would probably be atheist. So you are a Christian because you are born a Christian. That's dangerous. Do you want me to tell you why that's dangerous? There was an experiment done. You can go to Jigga Collins' page. I saw it there. Some animals, I don't want to mention the type of animal because of community guidelines, they flagged for that word, were put in a cage. And there were some bananas put on the ladder. And anytime any of them went to the ladder, ice cold water would be sprayed on the other three. Anytime one of them tried to go to the ladder to get the bananas. After a while, the animals put two and two together. They realized that the water they were spraying on them was because one of them was going to that banana place. So they will gang up and deck that one of them that is going to the bananas. So each time any one of them try to go for the bananas, the remaining three will gang up, and because they didn't want water to be poured on them. Now, out of the four animals, one was removed and replaced with an animal that is wearing a raincoat. Of course, that one got to the cage and realized, banana day here. I see one go collect the banana like this. The other three will begin beating. Now, you need to understand that this particular animal has never experienced the cold water before. Am I working with you? Another one of them was kicked out and replaced with yet another one wearing a raincoat. Even the one that came in before started decking the new one, despite not ever experiencing the cold water. After a while, one by one, they removed all the set of animals that experienced the cold water and replaced them with fresh animals. And each time they bring a new one, and that new one runs and tries to get the banana, the rest of them will deck him, despite never experiencing the cold shower. That, my friends, is how your faith works. Your faith is a consequence of what your parents were taught. They never experienced the difference between the African religions and the white man's faith. They inherited whatever their belief system was from their parents and their grandparents. And my question is, how reliable are your parents when it comes to good decision making? If you are currently feeding any of your parents, know that they do not understand decision making. They took decisions that did not align properly at the end of the day. Any of your parents that had more than 3 children took poor decisions. Because the reason why Nigeria is overpopulated today, overpopulation is not a sickness. It's not that one white man brought it from Canada like COVID and spread it, and before you know it, Nigeria started. No. Overpopulation is a consequence of irresponsible childbearing. Work with me. How did you get to where you are today? By decisions your parents took. Have you ever sat down to interrogate the decisions your parents took? Work with me. Have you ever sat down? Have you ever taken time out to interrogate the decisions your parents took? Many of you just continued. Many of you cheat in your relationships because your mothers were cheating and you knew about it, and you, because your mother could get away with it, you thought you could get away with it too. Many of you have multiple girlfriends because you saw your fathers do it and you thought it was okay, and if your father could get away with it, you would get away with it too. How many of you actually learned honesty from your parents? Are your parents even honest? Your mother will borrow money from you and tell you she will give it to you 2 months' time. And 2 months' time, she'll start explaining how she carried you for 9 months and gave birth to you. That is where corruption came into your life. From your mother. Your mother did not teach you simple values. Instead, she taught you how to pay tithe. Simple values. You borrow money, whether it is from your mother, whether it is from your father, whether it is from a child, whether it's from a bank, you must pay back. Simple values like that are what wrecked the Nigerian banking system. Most of your parents are indisciplined and irresponsible. Apart from being ignorant and superstitious, they are irresponsible and indisciplined. And you learned it from them. These are the people these are the people who are teaching you or laying a foundation for what you built a faith on. Someone says, my mother gets more corruption, but I still understand her so much. I get angry later, I calm down. That's not how it works. Until some of you start locking your parents up for borrowing money and not returning, Nigeria is not going anywhere. Because you have created a system where you think is okay. I was reading the other day, a guy saw his mechanic driving his family to church in his car. And people thought it was cruise. You can never be used to a good Nigeria. Because a good UK and a good Canada was not based on mechanics driving people's cars to church. Someone said, when both children, they do, and that's why their society has evolved. Oyinbo, they lock in papa and mama for prison. You try anything with Oyinbo children, they go call police for you. They go change jam for you, call police for you, fear go catch you. Fine. Sometimes it looks like their own is overdoing. But don't you think our own is underdoing? Don't you think our parents raised us with dirtiness? I was driving one day with one of my old aunties, and a guy jumped out of his downfall bus in the middle of the road because there was traffic, brought out Bolahon, and started to do wee on his tire. And I said something. I said, abroad, therefore, don't arrest this guy. The person can say, Buluwafeko Tosi. Really? You want a better Nigeria? Are you ready to put in what it takes to make Nigeria? You think in Singapore? Do you know the animals that as they go, if the wind shark them, they could not lift leg. Ewure, meh. As they go. If you hungry if you come hungry if you hungry to do anything, if you hungry to bench, as they waka they go, a see female, they jump on top of them for public. We are supposed to be higher than them. How can we be higher than them when we cannot even control our bowels? You never see them before. You they drive for road, person bring out Bolahon, begin the wee for entire. That's normal thing for Lagos. In Ibadan, it is even worse. If you live 1 mile radius from the river, when you are building your house, you will not put toilets inside. That river now your toilet. Any day it rain, now we flush toilets. But you want Canada. Is that how Canadians do it? Is it your government? Country roads. You are still going to get off the road and go into the bush. I don't have a problem with, I will never say people driving between Lagos and Ibadan Expressway and they're hungry or they catch you. You come park your motor, enter inside the bush. I don't have a problem with you. But I'm talking about around, you are at Freedom Way roundabout. The light turn red. You come out Bolahon. Begin the wee for your tire. The government needs to provide functional public toilets. I disagree with you. If you go to central London, you will not see public toilets. Let me tell you, if you go to Turkey, Istanbul, you will not see dustbin. There is no public dustbin. I learned it the first time I went to Istanbul. I chop ice cream, finish. I know if you drop the paper for floor. There is no public dustbin. You will carry down your rubbish, carry it to your house and go and put it in the dustbin in your house. Ask anybody, Turkey people. There is no public dustbin and you cannot drop litter on the floor. There is no public toilet in central London. Central London is so busy, like Oxford Circus. Where you want to see them? Turkey is over clean and you will not see public. Me, I noticed it. Enter McDonald's. Yes, you go to that McDonald's. Then there are one or two places far, far away where you will go and pay £1. Do you know how far London Bridge is from Oxford Circus? Do you know how far London Bridge is from Oxford Circus? By train is like 10 minutes or 20 minutes by train. Begin the waka go now. Anybody will know Central London unless you go to McDonald's. Soho is one very small part. If you are coming from Piccadilly, that's where Soho is. From Piccadilly Circus, that TDK, that very big TDK signboard, what do they call it? That media, multimedia screen. Lily White is like this. The TDK is like this. Soho, you enter like this. Make I tell you where I sabi London reach. Sometimes you enter inside a store and they will not allow you to use their toilet if you are not a customer. There is no gas station in Central London that you will find. You know how Central London is? I'm talking about Oxford Circus. I'm talking about Piccadilly, between Oxford, Piccadilly, all that. Unless you enter a restaurant. Ask anybody that goes there. Selfridges and Harrods. You know the waka, you go waka before you reach Selfridges and Harrods. Some will not even allow you. There are some people they don't allow to enter Selfridges. I don't see them turn people back for Selfridges because Selfridges is LV, Gucci, is luxury stores. You go hotel for Central London. You go Hilton for Park Lane. Tell them say you won't use their toilets. You go use leg waka go Park Lane Hilton or Marriott or 45 and you go tell them say you won't use toilet and they go say, oh, no problem, go upstairs. You know they see bouncer for the outside those hotels. I said, when I get mind, when I go enter Marriott say you want use toilet. Oh. Motorway is different. So I'm telling you, it's not everywhere. And let me tell you something, in that Lekki, enough bush day. Public toilet still day Lekki. Nobody is going to be angry with you if you go to a gutter and use a gutter if there's no public toilet. The consensus is they have. Nope, that's not the consensus, Ebire. You are totally wrong. Before you see public toilets in Central London, they are commenting now. Londoners, please comment. See what Samaria is saying. I don't know what America are talking. I'm giving you an example of London. Look at what Ebire said. I say, Ebire, look at what Samaria said. You think it's easy to enter inside a hotel? Samaria talk now. It's not easy. Public cubicles, me, I've not seen in Central London, Sha. I've not seen in Central London. Look at them talking about no public toilets. I don't know about America. I'm not familiar with America. Forget this thing where they talk about this thing, you know, get this argument, you know, get them. No worry, you know, get this argument. Lekki is full of gutters. Do you really think if I know there is no public toilet and I see you cross the road and go to a gutter and do your business in a gutter, do you think I'll make a fuss out of it? How can you, Ebiere, make an excuse and blame the government for a man standing beside his car in traffic and doing it on the road? You can't make an excuse for that. I'm so sorry, you can't make an excuse for that. No matter how hard you try, you cannot make an excuse for that level of decadence. Ebiere, you have lost this argument, you have lost it. I'm sorry, you lost this argument totally. So, because there is no public toilet, you should use the main road in the middle of the road in traffic because lights change from green to red. Come on, you can't blame the government for that. You can't blame the government for that. You can't blame the government for that. I'm not telling you not to use the gutter. I am telling you it takes a certain level of lowness for you to do it on yourself in traffic. He doesn't even need to use empty water bottle. It's as simple as park the car, tell your passengers to give you 1 minute, cross the road and use the bush or use the gutter in the middle of the bush. Do you know why? Do you know why he did it in the middle of the road? Because he did not want to miss his timing of his walk. Because if he drove past the light and stopped at the bush, he would waste time. So he used the light, the street light, to quickly relieve himself and then get back into the car and continue driving. Humans don't behave like that. And there's no excuse. There is no excuse for that. The government has failed in so many ways. The government has failed in so many ways. Not in this one. And one of the reasons why Nigeria is the way it is because we blame our government for everything. God bless you, Samaria. Samaria just, this is the answer. Finish. That's it. God will bless you, Samaria. No human should behave like, at least let there be some decency. Pass the light, park properly. Go into the bush. Go and use, at least let there be. Do you realize that people sit on top of bridges? You just see somebody sitting on the bridge. You know, say in the release, you just sit down. You just see him move small. You don't say you don't deposit. You just sit down like saying they sit down for edge of bridge. There is a level of decadence that is abnormal. Makoko, they live inside, as in, to get to their houses, you use a boat. As you are going inside the boat, you will see the bear like this inside the water that they are rowing you. I've been there. They didn't tell me about it. I have a video to this effect. Posh Mama, late Posh Mama, may her soul rest in peace. Me, Taste Buds, and Posh Mama went to Makoko. VI Ikoyi Bridge, God bless you. They'll just sit down on the bridge like this. Let's say this is the edge of the bridge. Just see somebody sit down there. You just see her move small, they drop. And you are telling me because the government did not give you public, as in, how were you raised? Where's your decency? Nobody's telling you, Lizzie Clark 56, pop that money gun. Love you, sis. Everybody make some noise for Lizzie Clark 56. Keep them popping. Keep popping those money guns. That's right, Lizzie Clark 56. Pop away, pop. Keep popping, baby. Keep popping, Lizzie Clark. Keep popping, baby. That's right, let's see those money guns, Lizzie Clark. Make some noise for Lizzie Clark. That's right, pop my money guns if you're watching on TikTok. Lizzie Clark 56. How you doing, sis? Tap away if you're watching on TikTok. Tap away. At least make shame catch you small. I'm not telling you if the government Abiere said anywhere in the world, if he catch me and toilet no day, I go use alternative. I beg you, any day you come Lagos, I will drive you to Lekki Light. Once the light turn red, you go come down. That piece will catch you. You go do them for as light. They make I see whether you get the mind. Me, I go there with camera now. Shebi na me and you. Shebi you go come this Nigeria. I go drive you go that traffic light where they talk. When traffic light turn red like this, you will come down quickly begin the do am. So, what am I trying to say in essence? You see, I wanted to ask you a question. Samaria was the one that sent me that aeroplane. Turbulence. And they were laughing. I played it on my Instagram. The people in the plane were laughing. Someone said, we have a flat tire. They were laughing, cracking jokes about it. Nigeria, they will start speaking in tongues. Nigerians have a unique way of spiritualizing their own foolishness. Somebody's foolishness becomes a form of spirituality. Someone's ignorance, superstition becomes a form of spirituality. I was talking to a friend of mine who called me one day and said, Daddy Freeze, you see, if you understand what turbulence is, if you understand anything about flying, you would understand that the calmer you are, the easier it is for the pilots to take control of the plane. If everybody is calm. But you see, when everybody starts to panic, do you know you can it has happened to me before. I've seen a complete dingbat transfer his ignorance to me. It's called ignorance transference. They will transfer ignorance to you. You will know, go begin to act like say, now you don't know, just because the mob has decided. I'll tell you a story. When I was in the University of Ibadan, a tree fell. We all saw it fall. The next day, the tree stood up again. And everybody started spreading the gossip, the rumor that it was witchcraft, that spirits were living in the tree. A professor of horticulture came to the scene and explained to me. When he first got there, there were like 5 people. And he explained the phenomenon. He said sometimes the taproot is bent in such a way that the tree falls, it carries the load of water. But as the water begins to evaporate, the taproot is bent like a spring, so it just swings the tree back into its original position. So it now looked like a tree that fell stood up again. A professor of horticulture. Do you know by the time people gathered, people were telling the professor to shut up. And they were selling their superstitious ignorance. It is juju, it is juju, it is juju, it is juju. They were spreading their superstitious ignorance as fact. While somebody who went to study tree in the university, had doctorate in tree, became a professor of tree, is telling you what it's about, and you that did not even finish school sat, you are arguing with a professor, not because you have done any study, because your grandmother told you that when spirits live inside tree, the tree falls into stand again. That is what you brought to the table. Ignorance. Ignorance. I was sitting with a friend of mine, someone I respect a lot and I consider very close to, and she was saying, you guys have to be careful, oh. There's so much spirituality out there that somebody in her family turned into a bird. Somebody turned into a bird. That is true. She witnessed it. That they even have a video. I said, I beg this woman, close friend of mine, for like 15 minutes. I said, please, in the name of God, send me the video. Don't worry, I will not share the video. Just send me the. She finally sent me the video. I saw a video of a woman sitting down like this. And then they were showing the compound where there was blood everywhere. I was expecting to see the video of the woman becoming the bird or the bird becoming the woman. The first thing I saw in the video was a guy saying Robo Shakalaba. I don't know where the kind of mentality they get. They are going to spiritualize a natural occurrence. What if the woman was going through an episode of psychosis or paranoid delusions or dementia or schizophrenia, and she jumped the fence and injured herself while jumping the fence? How did you jump and pass all the logic and arrive that she must have flown into the compound as a bird and then turned into a woman? Because of the way you were raised. Lizzie Clark 56, thank you for popping my money guns. I appreciate you, sis. Keep popping my money guns. Natural phenomenon becomes spiritual simply because of how you were raised. Gorgeous Paula, God bless you. Nigerians pass their ignorance from generation to generation. Their stupidity, your grandparents' stupidity was passed to your parents, and your parents' stupidity is passed to you as knowledge. That if my parents passed it to me and said, hey guys, this is me being stupid, and we laugh about it, say, oh, daddy is okay. They will pass it to you and tell you as a matter of fact that that is how it should be done. And when you question it, they will tell you, let us do it the way they've been doing it so we can get the results they've been getting. And my question is, the results you see in Nigeria today, are you happy with them? The result you are seeing today, if the right brothers decide to do like everybody was doing, do you think we'll be flying in the air today? If George Stevenson decided to do things the way we'll be doing, do you think we'll have a locomotive engine? The reason why there is development in the world is because some people disrupted the system. Someone said that if people go spend half of their age for abroad, them still go to believe saying that the bird turned to the woman. As in, I could not believe it. I said, show me the video, and you show me a video of a woman sitting down, blood they come out for her leg, and people they shout, they blame her, say she be bird. That's your proof. That's your evidence. Eyewitness account is the worst form of scientific evidence. Ask any scientist. The least reliable form of evidence is eyewitness account. But religion brings eyewitness account as the most powerful testimony. Because religion, do you know why? Religion is based on eyewitness accounts. The Gospels were not written by Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. They were written by people who heard the Falkland stories of people as they passed it down from generation to generation. The New Testament was written within 80 years of Christ's by and resurrection. Let me ask you a question. We are in 2020s. If I tell you to write everything that happened in an event in 2011, how much of it will you be able to remember accurately? Do you realize that in year 2001 there were no camera phones? Do you realize this? Camera phones were introduced around 2003, 2004. The first video phone was that Nokia 6600 that could only record 15 seconds of video. Can you write? Just think about it. Can you write accurately what happened in 2014? Let alone what happened 40 years ago. The people who wrote the Bible, the New Testament, wrote it between 20 and 80 years after Christ's departure. Just from eyewitness accounts, how reliable are those accounts? Have you ever bothered to interrogate the reliability of the accounts? I'm asking you this. So, what am I saying in proper essence? The time has come when we need to start questioning certain belief systems. 2014, God bless you, Ebola in Nigeria. I want you to write a detailed story of what happened. Now, guess what? You did not witness the Ebola. This is not you witnessing it or writing firsthand. No. The people who wrote it did not witness it. They heard the gist. Oral. The message was passed from generation to generation orally. Now, how accurate can your account of Ebola be if you never met the people who actually had it, but met people who met the people and wrote down their accounts? Think about it. Just the way our traditions as Yorubas and Igbos were passed orally from generation to generation, that is the exact same way the Bible itself was passed orally from generation to generation until it was properly documented. And the problem with oral documentation is a lot is lost to poetry and politics. Poetry and politics. And if you do not have the mind to interrogate this Bible, if you were taught Bible through fear, you cannot question the works of Apostle Paul because you feel God is going to be angry with you because somebody misquoted a portion in the book of Revelation that said if anybody added to this book or subtracted to this book, from this book, that person is cursed. And whenever they read that as a defense to me, you know the first thing I tell them? I say the Catholic book, the Catholic Bible has 83 chapters. The Ethiopian Bible, has 83 chapters. The Catholic Bible has about 76 or 77, while the King James and Co has like 67. So which of these Bible did they add and which of these Bible did they subtract? Is the King James Bible the right Bible, then they added to the Catholic Bible and the Ethiopian Bible? Or is the Ethiopian Bible the right Bible and they subtracted to make the Catholic Bible and subtracted even further to make the King James Bible? I'm asking you. So if the first thing somebody comes up to you and tells you is, they're trying to sell fear, they're trying to market fear, they're trying to work on your mind. Hey, don't remove from this book, don't add to this book. The Bible says anybody that adds to this book or anybody that subtracts from this book, something will happen to the person will be cursed. All the plagues in the Bible, they come on that person, blah 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 blah. So how do you ever get to interrogate something that is already faulty from the beginning? Because if the Ethiopian Bible is 82 books, or 83 books, the Catholic Bible is about 70 something books, and then the Pentecostal Protestant Bible is 67 books. How did we get here? You are afraid to ask questions. So what they did was they taught you this spirituality based on fear, based on superstition, and based on ignorance. Every single person I've tried to ask questions, why is this like this? I want to bring somebody up and I want to ask them a question real quick. Just let me work on somebody. I just need somebody. I don't have much time, maybe 2 minutes. So if I can get somebody here, anybody, preferably somebody that's never read to me before. I just want to interrogate their understanding of a scripture. If you've never been on my page before, Just accept. I want to read a scripture to you and I want you to explain it. Gorgeous Paula, God bless you. I haven't used you before on this. Let me use Miss Linda if she's around. Gorgeous Paula. I sent 3 requests. These are not people I bring normally to read Bible with me. And I want, please, if I sent you a request, accept quickly because I don't really have time. It's a short Bible phrase. I just want to read it to you. Okay, Miss Linda has declined. She's in a meeting. I want to use somebody I have not used normally. Almost. Let me use almost. I don't want to use natural Gambia or. Hello. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I need
Finally, I'm here.
Samaria and Eko Abiola Jewel. So, how are you guys? Real quick, I think I'm lucky if I have 3 minutes because Instagram will end the video. I want to read this Bible verse to the 2 of you. Okay? Proverbs 13:22. I'm going to read the first half. I'll ask you to explain it to me. Please do it in 20 seconds. It's short. But I'm going to read the full verse and then ask you to explain it to me. Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Explain it to me.
It's self-explanatory. Someone who has sense, who works hard, leaves something for his kids. He's not expecting his kids to work and give him.
Okay.
He's not using his kids as an inheritance. He's not expecting that
He's working
his kids are going to grow up and take care of him.
Okay, Samaria, what are your thoughts?
Similar.
Okay, very good. Now the full Bible verse is, a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Now this is the full context. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Who can explain?
I don't know. I don't understand that part for the
Now,
righteous.
now let me explain it to you. What the Bible is really trying to say is, 2 people, a good person who gathered his wealth honestly will leave his wealth for his children's children, while a sinner's wealth will be taken away from him and distributed to the righteous.
So maybe someone who has not really earned his wealth righteously, he hasn't learned it in the right way.
He will not be able to pass it to the next generation.
Right.
But you see, when you read half of it, what you end up doing is what you guys answered first time was correct, because you've only heard half of it. You were correct. A good person leaves an inheritance to his children's children. But let me ask you a question. Paul never had children. Sorry, guys. Someone said I came from Instagram sharply. I must not miss a second. Don't worry, I'm coming back to Instagram. So sorry, the 1 hour cutoff is very frustrating. Very frustrating. J. Loves has explained it. The Lord will take from the wicked and give it to the righteous. The theme there is not leave an inheritance for your children. The theme there is be righteous. But if you read half of it, or you allow somebody who does not understand context to read it to you, it will be translated to you as leave an inheritance. The message of that verse is be righteous, or you will not be able to. If you gather wealth in an evil way, a sinner's wealth will not get to his children, but a good man's wealth will be left for his children's children. The whole essence of that, because when you put this through the biblical test, how much wealth did Peter leave for his children? Or James the Just? Or Paul? How much wealth did they leave for their children? Answer me. This is very important. Kebiri said, you like my bangle. Thank you very much. It's diamonds. Impacting good values. Now, there's something people say. The Bible has different messages to different people because it is a spiritual book. Utter nonsense. The Bible is not a spiritual book. It is a poetic book. And it has only one meaning because it was intended for a particular audience. When the author was writing it, he was writing it with one meaning at the back of his head. Not to be multi-translated by many people or renegotiated into people's cultures and ideologies. The Bible has one message. The message to the church in Corinth is for the church in Corinth. That's why it's different from the message to the church in Rome. You must be able to interrogate some Bible verses, like from Proverbs or Psalms, can seem to have multiple meanings. But you see, much of the essence of Scripture has one meaning. But because of lack of understanding and mistranslation, you are translating it to mean something different to you. It is called renegotiating Scripture. Deviating from the intended meaning and intended result to arrive at what you want it to arrive at. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. You are renegotiating it to arrive where you want it to arrive. And it is dangerous. So this leaves us at a very precarious position. How do we study the Bible? I think this year we're going to start having Bible study classes, maybe one a week, offline. I'm going to task Simply Vic, who is one of our most profound scholars, with that job. I don't know if he's available for it. I've not asked him, but I know we're going to have a Bible discussion group where we can talk about what the Bible was really saying, not what we are hoping it was saying, not what we want it to say, not what our parents were misinformed about it, but what it really is saying. Kate, how are you, my darling? Ada Blessing, how are you? We will bring it online, but it is difficult to have a Bible study online. People will not show up for it. I will try to summarize. You see, message for online needs to be softer so that the online audience can understand it. And we need to pass it in a more relaxed manner so that they will come, because they will run. You just start it like you just see 20 people. Everybody else go look for their gossip. So we're going to start small. Let's start with very simple dogma that we can create an opportunity to have a conversation around it. And whatever we discuss, we'll just do a 30-minute a week class. Start with basic Bible knowledge. And then whatever we agree with in the class, I can come and teach it. So we're going to have like 2 classes, online and offline. Because it's the only way we can get out of the mess we're in. So I'm going to come back to gossip. I know you guys like gossip. I'm going to come back to entertain you with that a little bit later today. Ibere, thank you all so much. Ada, I'm going to come back hopefully around 2 or a little bit after 2, and then we will all have fun and work things out. In the meantime, just know that I love you guys. God bless you. Where are my family people? Where is he? Are you not going to the gym? You are tired of it. Me too, I want to rest. So let me get some rest. Lovely talking to you guys. Even this conversation, because it's a bit intellectual, not too many people showed up. If it was who is sleeping with who, everywhere will be full. If it is who give who daughter belle, everybody will be fool. You understand what I'm saying? But to the best of my ability, all I can say is we're going to try. So, thank you all for showing up, and take good care of yourselves. Vidoma, God bless you. God bless you all.